It's Angela with Trip and Two Up, and as you can see, it's dark. We left our home Wednesday night, stopped for some food, passed a storm, and our original campsite was unavailable. It's full, and so we backtracked a few miles to this place. This is Zapata Falls on the Sangre de Christo range. The problem and the reason it's dark now is there's no water, and so we had to hike to the creek, the falls, to get some water for the night. But man, it is a beautiful evening here. It is absolutely beautiful. There's no lights. We can see for miles. It's going to be a great evening.
Okay, and now talk a little bit about, for the enthusiast, it is UFO Central.
This is, John wants me to tell you that this is UFO Central, so we could get abducted by aliens tonight, but we'll see. Actually, we're really in bear and mountain lion country, so it's going to be a great adventure. It was a great adventure getting up here also. Good morning. We just spent a fabulous evening at Zapata Falls Campground. This wasn't our original destination, and again, having a great trip is about flexibility. The campground at the sand dunes was full, so we dropped over here. Wonderful adventure, but an incredible road coming up. I shot a little bit of it, and as you could see from the video previously, a lot of rocks. So you've got to stay within your riding ability, and this could have been a challenge. John's pretty experienced, so we were able to get up here. The other challenge is water. There is no potable water, and the falls and the creek are about a mile away, so we did hike down there last night to get enough water for the evening. But a great adventure.
Hey, good morning everybody. We wanted to show you the trail that we hiked up in the dark last night to find water, since we got up here without any water, not expecting to not be at the sand dunes. So anyway, it was a beautiful hike down in the dark, and we are safe and sound. Now we're going to go back up and see the falls in the daylight, and also refill our water bottles.
So we tried a new piece of equipment last night. We've always had those North Face bags, and they're wonderful. They're very warm, but we thought maybe between the two of us we could generate a little more body heat in what's called a double sleeping bag, or we call them sweetie bags. The inside material was a lot more conducive to comfort because it was softer. It wasn't that sticky nylon. It has zippers on both sides because I tend to get hot in the night and I can cool off. John's a little cooler. We gave up space. It's pretty bulky, not being able to separate it. The weight was comparable. The comfort is going to increase, although it was very warm last night, so we don't know how warm this bag is actually going to be. It's rated at 5 degrees, but it doesn't feel as warm as our other bags, but definitely the cuddle factor is a lot better.
Okay, as we told you last night, we hiked up to the Zapata Falls in the dark, came back. As I was putting away everything, I put my keys in my pocket. Got up this morning, no keys, nowhere. We searched and searched. We finally grabbed our reserve set of keys so we could hike back up this morning. Always carry those reserve keys. Come to find out, I have a hole in my pocket. We found the keys in the hem of my pants this morning. You probably can't see them, but they're right there. So anyway, carry 2 sets of keys. You never know what can happen.
We're going to have a ranch chicken bacon wrap tonight. I found this recipe on Pinterest, and it did call for ready-made ranch dressing, which I couldn't find at the store. So I just put some ranch packet in a baggie with some dehydrated milk. I'm going to add a little water, and that's going to be my dressing. So I have a packet of chicken breast, some Parmesan cheese. Again, I mentioned my ranch dressing, which I added dehydrated milk, and I'll just add some water to make that work. Some shelf-ready bacon bits, a little bit of mozzarella cheese. It got a little hot today and kind of melted, and then we'll wrap that all up in a tortilla. So first of all, I'm going to light my stove and heat up my chicken. Okay, so I made my dressing. I'm going to add it. It's kind of sticking in my bag. I'm going to add my bacon bits. Save part of these for breakfast in the morning. They're really good in the eggs. Turn off my heat because I'm torching. So a little bit of Parmesan cheese, a little bit of mozzarella, add my chicken bacon ranch, here's our finished product. Should be delicious. So we're camped for the night near South Fork, and it is raining. And this is one of the nice things we like about the Marmot is we can still see out. In our four-season tent we can't, but this one it's not quite so claustrophobic. Like I said, you have to stake the rain fly out, or all that dripping water that you see comes into this screened area. So it works well as long as you do it right. We were nice and dry.
Hey, good morning. It's a cool morning here in the Rocky Mountains. We had rain off and on all night. This morning I'm going to show you how to make a great cup of coffee. There's a lot of mystery or talk around there how to get the grounds out of coffee. I'm going to show you there is nothing to it. Let's get started. First of all, this. Second of all, this. I leave it a little below the rim just so it doesn't boil over. But we're big coffee drinkers, so we are going to need some coffee this morning. I'm going to add just a little bit more too. Alright, here's the coffee. Here's the mysterious part. You pour it in. That's all you do. We like ours strong. There you go. In a few minutes we'll have coffee. I'll show you how to get rid of the grounds. But it basically does it by itself. Alright, this is what you should look like when your coffee should look like when you get a rolling boil. Using creek water, let it do this for about 10 minutes. We're using well water, so we can do it however long we feel like. I'm just going to let it percolate for a while, and then we will set it aside and let it rest. Alright, I think our coffee's boiled long enough, and just remember now, there's nothing but raw grounds in there. I didn't filter it or anything. All you really have to do is just take it off the fire and then just set it aside. I'm going to use it over here on the ground so it doesn't burn the picnic table. Put the lid on it. A couple of minutes, the grounds go to the bottom. Use your trusty clamp, pour your coffee. You won't have any grounds in it. We'll show you in a second. Alright, we let our coffee set for a couple of minutes just to let the grounds settle out. See, there's no grounds in that. It's just the pure coffee. You'll hear all kinds of things that you need to throw a cold rock in it, or I've heard a variety of things. Really all you need to do is just set it aside. The grounds will go to the bottom and you have a great cup of mountain coffee right there. Here's what it looks like at the bottom of a cup. About what you would get with any cup of coffee as far as grounds go. I didn't filter any of those out. No trick photography. Just pour the grounds in the water, boil it, set it aside after it's done, and let the grounds settle. You're going to have a great cup of coffee. Hey, I'm going to make some eggs this morning as well. So again, we buy these dehydrated eggs online. We really like these. They're so good. You know. So here's how we do it. Put some of these eggs in a baggie. That way you don't have any extra dishes.
and then add some water to that and mix it in the bag. This is a great way to do this because it saves dishes and it's just a great way to do it. I'm going to sear my pan, make sure it's good and sanitary. Also want to put just a little oil in the pan. Our Teflon is getting pretty worn out on these pans, so I use a little oil just to keep everything working and not sticking. The clamp, I'm going to swirl that oil around just a little bit. Mix the eggs. I'm going to throw this in here now. This is going to be a beautiful burrito. We're going to throw a few pepperonis in this egg this morning. I think that'll be really good. Best burrito ever. There's that. Also, can't have a burrito without a cheese stick in it. This will give you good energy through the whole day while you're riding the bike. That's just an excuse. It's really just good. So I just break a cheese stick up in there. We're good to go. All right. I'm going to cook this one for Angela. She likes her eggs really well done, so I'll cook this a little better. Our handy salt shaker to add just a little bit of extra flavor. Flip it over. Ready? Okay, this egg is about done. Look at that. Woo, that's beautiful. All right, here's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to set the tortilla right there. I'm going to put some egg in there. Set it back on. We like our tortillas browned. You will too after you try it. In. Push it down. Boy, look at that beautiful burrito, would you? And there it is, the finished product.
Yay!
Angela, you're going to have a good breakfast. Look at that.
Okay.
Okay, let's
mining camps, I guess you'd call. Really, really cool country. Really steep road, and it looks like a storm, so we're probably not going to linger too long, but well worth the visit. We're still up above Creede, and man, what a great ride. This is well worth it. Waterfall. Spectacular. Well worth a little short jaunt off the highway on the way to Lake City between Lake City and Creede.
Hey, good morning. We're here in Lake City this morning. We stayed with a friend last night. Now we're going to head over to the Black Canyon of the Gunnison for our last night out in the tent. We're really looking forward to it. It's a beautiful day. Come on along. You're going to enjoy this.
It's a very rainy morning in the Rocky Mountains, and we've packed up. This is just one of those things you deal with. We were able to pack up things a little wet because it's our last day out, but had we needed another day out, we'd have packed up, got someplace, and dried everything out before night. It's one of those things you just kind of have to deal with and be prepared. Unfortunately for our system, the tent has to go in first, and that's where you keep everything dry. So it's a matter of finagling everything you can packed up and then the tent, and then a mad rush to pack up the dry bag. But don't let it spoil your trip. Rain happens, and it can still be a great, great trip.